Hi there. Thanks for stopping by. My name's James Michael, and I'm the founder of Justified Talent. And we're a specialist recruiter that work with small business owners around Australia and New Zealand to recruit their very first sales professionals. As you may have read in the ad that accompanies this video, I kicked the business off in January of 2018 with an intention of bringing something unique, distinctive, different to the recruitment marketplace. And that difference is born of two things. Number one, it's a very clear niche, a very clear focus, working with small business owners who have goals and dreams and aspirations yet to be fully realized, who understand that the next step for them is about bringing a sales professional on board, but who live with this constant nagging question as they begin to contemplate recruiting. What if I get it wrong? What if I stuff it up? It's our job to help them not get that wrong. And so the second piece that was unique and distinctive about us is that we have a very, very data-driven approach. I'm not interested in people's cover letters. I'm not interested in their resumes. I don't place anywhere near as much faith in how well they interview as most people do. What I'm much, much more interested in is getting a verified, deep, and predictably reliable understanding of their hardwired nature, because who they are rather than what they've done is a very, very strong indicator as to their likelihood of being successful going forward. So, the business has been around now for just over 4.5 years. And, I've taken the decision now that I really want to dramatically grow the business. And this is where potentially you come in. What I'm looking to do now is to bring on 20 people around Australia and New Zealand over, say, the next 12 months. Who will come on board as what we'll describe as regional directors. We'll use that term for the moment. That title might change, right? But those people are going to be coming in a location around Australia and New Zealand, and they will have responsibility for then taking the Justified Talent brand name out to the small businesses in their location. Whether that's Wollongong, whether it's Newcastle, whether it's, the western suburbs of Sydney, whether it's Brisbane, whether it's Townsville, 20 locations around the country. And between them, they're going to be charged with and challenged with finding 30 clients each year, right? And serving those clients. Now, in year 2 and year 3, the hope would be that 20 clients who engaged in the year before will use them again to hire their second and third salespeople. So that's how the business model works. Those individuals will be coming into the business as equity partners. Now, it's not a franchise. They're not buying a franchise system here. They will actually come in and they will have sweat equity where from day one, they will own a percentage of their local business, and, we will own a percentage as well. And over time, their percentage will grow, and then ultimately they will end up having shareholding in the parent company. As that happens, and once we hit a critical mass of regional directors who are achieving success around the country, your focus will then begin to evolve and change a little bit, in that we will then franchise. And one of the things that I'm going to be asking you to be doing is actually help us get to that point where we are, allowed to be a franchise in the legal definition of that word here in Australia. And what will then begin to happen is the regional directors in their locations will start to bring franchisees in underneath them. So they'll become the franchisor for their location, the master franchisor. They'll recruit, 2 or 3 or 4 people underneath them who will come on board with vertical expertise. So it may be, for instance, let's use Townsville as an example, that in Townsville, we need somebody who specializes in IT company recruitment. We might want somebody who specializes in mining company recruitment, right? All around sales roles though, right? So they'll have expertise in that vertical. So, I envisage, and, the grander plan here is that potentially we could get to 70 over a number of years, obviously, but 70 franchisees around the country all up. And then there's an intention for us to go global, right? In particular, I'm keen for us to head north, obviously, to places like the United States and Canada, the UK, et cetera, et cetera. Those are fairly obvious places for us to kind of go and set up shop. And again, if you're still with us and you're enjoying yourself and you're feeling suitably satisfied and rewarded, that might be something that you want to lead the charge on as well. So if I come back to today, the nature of this role is going to see you identifying and then reaching out to and attracting and stimulating conversation with a whole raft of different people, generally who are likely to be possibly sales managers today. They probably, if they're not today, then they have been in the past. They may be, certainly what I'm looking for, I'm not looking for career recruiters. I'm looking for people who have been on the ground, who have themselves recruited and coached and managed and led and performance managed and quite possibly even moved on, sales professionals over their working lives. So your job is to go find those people and then convince them of the merits of coming and being a part of the Justified Talent Group. For a lot of them, they won't have ever thought about being a recruiter before, and the idea of being a recruiter might be a bit weird. I can share with you, up until 4.5 years ago, I have never been a recruiter, but I saw a gap in the marketplace, right? And having now entered into that space, we're enjoying great success and we enjoy a good reputation. We're respected and sought after. And so I'll be teaching then those 20 regional directors how to replicate what I've done over the last 4.5 years, but they'll do it much more quickly than me. They'll learn my mistakes as well as my lessons. And so, your job is going to be to go and find those 20 people and bring them on board. And between you and I, we will help manage them and help them get to a point of success. The role can be based absolutely anywhere, right? We're in the modern age. Most of the conversations are going to occur on, Zoom, right? We don't need to physically go and meet people. I will share with you that over the last 4.5 years, I have met in person 2, maybe 3 of my clients in person. One of my throwaway lines is, I have no idea whether my clients actually have legs or not, because I only get to see from here up. So you can be based absolutely anywhere. This is a lifestyle role. One of the things that we've committed to since the beginning of this year is that we only work a 4-day week now. So we're working Monday through Thursday, and even within that, I don't really care what hours anybody is working. If you can get the job done in 22 hours in a week, great, fantastic. Go enjoy time with your family. Go and do what it is that you love, in your own spare time. I want this to be a job which is lifestyle for you, right? As well as being obviously financially rewarding. So hopefully that's given you some insight into the nature of the role. There's a lot more information in the ad, which might be that way or might be that way, depending on where it lands on the screen. But there's a bit more information in the ad. If it's of appeal to you, please do throw your hat in the ring. And as soon as you do that, within 24 hours, you'll get a phone call from Aditi, who is our talent engagement manager. She'll have a chat with you about what it's all about. And if you remain interested, we'll ask you to go through our recruitment process. It's a little bit different. For instance, I'm not going to ask you for a cover letter. I'm not going to ask you for a resume. So you'll experience exactly what our process is and why it's different, and why it is that small business owners particularly find great value in that. And then eventually, of course, you will end up having a conversation with me, and we'll take things from there. So hopefully that's of interest to you. And throw your hat in the ring. Nothing ventured, nothing gained, right? I look forward to speaking with you. Cheers for now. Bye.